of all, thank you for doing this follow-up interview with us. We know that you celebrated a birthday recently, so we
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that you had a blessed one. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did. Thank God. It was a blizzard up here, basically, but I saw another year.
Yeah. It's is it as bad as they say on the news with the weather?
Yeah. Today it's so cold. It's incredible. Like, you really can't even stand outside.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, I hope you're staying warm.
I'm trying.
Okay, good. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get ready to start with the first question if you're ready.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, can we go ahead and tell us about your upcoming speaking event on March the 4th in Los Angeles for Women's History Month?
I'm very excited about this engagement with Penny Lane. I'm really very much for their mission. They're about, fostering hope and dreams and empowering children and youth and families. So I'm really excited. I'll be speaking there for Women's History Month.
Okay, good. Oh yeah. So it's basically gonna be geared towards all ladies of all ages.
Well, I think their focus is just young girls from 13 to 18.
Okay. Okay, so like molding the women of tomorrow.
Right. Troubled females of that age group. And then they have a lot of services that offer health and family preservation, residential treatment, and mental health. So it's really a phenomenal program, and it's helping kids to redirect them and put them on the right path.
Oh, okay, perfect. Oh, perfect. That sounds just like right up your alley.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Okay.
Absolutely.
So I guess you could say to piggyback on that last question, because it's geared towards younger women. What advice did you receive as a young woman that allowed you to, I don't know, maybe open your eyes and know that you wanted to do something better to help others before you became a minister?
Well, I received a lot of advice, not that I always took it, but, when you get older, a lot of things that you ignored or just brushed off comes back to your memory. My mother always tried to teach us to be honest, to never give up, always try to, even if you make a mistake, as long as you have the next breath, you can change your mind, you can change your ways, and you can change your direction. But never just settle. Always reach out for more. That's what she always told us, and I can remember that.
Oh wow, that's great advice. All right. Okay, so what advice would you give now that you are a minister? What advice would you give to other women who are needing that extra inspiration to keep pushing forward?
I would give them just basically this one thing, that you're never defined by what your last mistake was. You don't have to settle or stay in a funk because you're labeled as whatever people want to label you for. Mm-hmm. You can always redefine yourself. You're only as good as your next move. You don't have to, if you made mistakes and you feel as though this is who you are, you can redefine yourself in the next moment, the next breath, the next step you take.
Right. Yes, thank you so much for that, because a lot of women need to hear that so that they can know that they can not live in the past, that they can look towards the future and be better.
In the past, what I always try to teach my daughter, my 25-year-old daughter, is that your past is in the second that just passed. You don't have to label your past as a year ago, 2 years ago. If you made a mistake, just like if me and my daughter may have words, if she says something that hurts me or I say something that hurts her, the next minute I can say, babe, I'm sorry, I love you, and it's gone. Because you can change the past as soon as the moment passes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you say that you speak to various women on our previous interview, specifically towards their pain and such. So what help could you give or advice could you give to a woman who is in a bad relationship, but she just feels like she just can't get out of it, or it is more attached with her emotions or her feelings rather than seeing it from the outside point of view?
Right. I as a hurting woman and a woman that has been in bad relationships, I don't try to tell people to get out because that's easier said than done.
Mm-hmm.
Our emotions are much stronger than our senses. Mm-hmm. Our heart rules over our mind. Mm-hmm. So even though we may know that this is not the right path for me or this is not the right situation for me, the heartstrings are so much stronger than our senses. So what I tell women is focus on you, love on you, try to love you more. And as they put more value into themselves, something that's not really good for them will disseminate. It has to take its course. And some people, it happens faster than others, but the more you start labeling and taking inventory of the value that you place in yourself and values that you want to improve in yourself, suddenly things that are interfering or challenging that will start having less value to us. Wow. And that's what I basically tell, women, because I'm not going to tell you let go when you're emotionally attached, physically attached to a person, and it's just not that easy.
No. Oh, wow. Oh, yes, that'll definitely be what they would need to hear, that if they put more attention on themselves and more value on themselves, that, like you said, everything else would just go away. It won't be that important as it seemed.
All right, because you know what? And that's hard to do, so what I tell them is to take out a pen and a paper and start listing things that they like about themselves. Don't even focus on the negative, because we could probably take a whole notebook and do that, but let's start with the things that we like about ourselves, the things we value about ourselves, and start building from there.
I love you. I couldn't say any better than you did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, if someone like yourself, wanted to help other women in their lives and what's going on with them, how would they go about doing so and still making an impact? Because we all say we want to help, but we just feel like we might not make as big as an impact to influence a lot more people at once, and just don't know how to go about doing so.
Well, it's funny that you said that, because I feel like that's my life mission, is to reach back and strengthen other people based on the fact that God was so gracious enough to bring me out, to give me a second, third, fourth, 15th chance, that I feel like it's my obligation to help women, hurting women specifically. And I don't intend on rectifying or prescribing something that's going to alleviate the pain. But what I want to do is empower them to reach for and grab hold to the promise. Because, wheat and tear go together. So you can be happy and hurting at the same time. Certain things in life is never going to go away. It's always, when you think about it, it's going to cause you to swallow or cause a lump to come in your throat. But you can still exist as a productive, happy, fulfilled, whole woman in life, and your pain doesn't have to challenge you to move forward and reach your dreams. Let the pain be a stepping stone for you reaching higher heights in life, but not the thing that's going to pull you down and make you think that you're stunted or have you believe that you're stuck. You don't have to be stuck. And I answer and I get on my knees and I pray constantly. Whenever something hits me, I pray. Even if I'm walking, talking. So if people send me emails or prayer requests on my website, I'm praying. And I know that my arms aren't as wide to hug everybody I would like to give a hug, or I can't talk to everybody and give them encouraging words like I would like to. But prayer travels through time, and prayer covers a multitude of space. So I do pray. I will pray. And I'm hoping that God creates an avenue or an opportunity where I can have hundreds of thousands of women to come together, because I do have a life-changing word, and I do know that I'm connected to hurting women, and I would like to, be able to travel and reach these women. But until then, I will definitely pray. Mm-hmm. If you send me an email, I will answer it. And, whatever God gives me, I don't play games with just trying to tell everybody all fluffy, lovey-dovey stuff. Whatever it is, that's what I'm going to tell you. Whether it's, hard love, what they call it, tough love,
tough
whatever
love.
it is, I'm going to give it to you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now that we are in 2015, do you think that we are doing better as women when it comes to helping each other out? You always have the saying where they say women don't help each other enough. Or there's always something that another woman wants from you, or she's hating or something like that.
I hope so. I can't say. I don't see anything that initiated in the beginning of the year that makes me think that anything is going to be different from last year. Mm-hmm. But maybe because of what you're doing, maybe that'll help. Maybe, women in shoes and, avenues of that. People need to start reading more and stop watching TV and, because it's a lot of catfighting on these reality shows, and I think it's very disgusting. Mm-hmm. Entertainment is also a transfix of mind regulation. People try to, compare themselves with the things that they see on TV. Mm. Well, I don't want my daughter to aspire to be like the women on Love and Basketball, or Love and Basketball, or Hip Hop, or Love and Hip Hop, and all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. Because that's not what a woman of value would do. Exactly. That's not a virtuous woman. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand why they're promoting that, but it's just like the world don't care. It's money, power, sex, drugs, and murder. Like, that's not what life was intended to be, right? There used to be a time when you watched television and all you saw was family values and religious values and honesty, and it's just changed. Mm-hmm. And I think we've been hoodwinked, and that they're concerned about money. They don't care what images and messages that they're sending across to the youth. They care about what money is going in their pocket. Mm-hmm. And now, we can't control it anymore. Can't control it. You got more people dying under 20 than it is over 70. Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Yeah, that is, like, the priorities they're all different now. At least for the media's perspective.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And it's disgusting. And just like with the drug game, as long as they can keep making money off of us dying, they'll let us keep dying. And as long as they can keep making money and they don't see that these young girls is out here making babies that they can't raise and wearing outfits that cause pedophiles to violate them, but you're soliciting them with your television program. Mm-hmm. But nobody cares, because at the end of the day, they're cashing checks. They don't care about our children. It's not about our children. It's not about our community. It's not about the fact that old women can't walk down the street and go to a farmer's market without being robbed, because people are out here chasing dreams that they see on television, and those are not the real value. So we really need to, if all of us women that have a heart for a better life, a better community for the next generation, or even the generation we live in, that we can come together. And it's not about money, and it's not about who's in charge and who's in control. And we really allow people that may not be famous. I'm not famous, but I have a message that I know that comes from the heart that God gave me, and I know it's life changing. Because if I speak to someone in the supermarket, they're calling me, trying to find me and telling me how I changed their lives. And I always tell them, no, I didn't change your life. God did. Mm-hmm. I'm just a messenger.
That's right.
Don't give me no credit because I'm just a vessel. God can use anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thankful that he cared enough for you that he gave the word for you. It ain't about me. It ain't about me. He just used my mouth.
That's right.
But you got to remember, it's about you. God cared enough about you that he gave me something that was going to penetrate your heart and your mind and cause you to move forward differently in the way that he would want you to go. It ain't about, these ministers got to get caught up, got to get out of this. You ain't nobody. You ain't nobody without the anointing and the power of God funneling through you. Remember, it only funnels through you. It's still his power and it's still his word.
That's right.
Ain't nobody. I'm not nobody.
We're all vessels.
Yeah, we're all vessels. You don't get famous. They don't get famous, and they want to get famous, and they want to be written on big jets with private jets and staying in five-star hotels. I would be glad to live to be 100 staying in a motel, hotel, or a Holiday Inn instead of God taking my breath away because I done got too high and lifted up, and he says, I'm going to bring you down. You can make millions, and then God can take the breath out of you, and you don't even live to enjoy it. He is always in control.
Always. Wow.
And so you got to do something, women in shoes, and all of these great avenues of strong women of character and intellect and great missions need to come together and do something powerful. If we could come together, then the walls will start coming down.
Then anything is possible there.
Right, because when you're not together, you can knock one wall down, but somebody else is building one up.
Yep.
And then we knock that one down, and two more done went up around the corner. But if everybody come together and everybody's knocking down, who's left to build up? We don't need nobody building. Only thing we want to build is bridges. We don't need nobody else building no walls to block us in.
Nope. We really don't. We're not in that time. It's not Asian time anymore. Okay, so touching on our name of our magazine, Women in Shoes, what do you think about heels and how they can impact how women see themselves?
Heels make you feel more powerful. I speak differently when I'm in heels. I move differently when I'm in heels. It can make you feel sexy. It can make you feel strengthened, make you feel stronger. But they also make you feel taller. And another thing about heels, they cause damage to what's up underneath your feet. So when I think of women in heels, I feel like it's a stepping stone, and it's symbolic of putting all of the negative things underneath your feet. And when I step on anything negative in my life with heels, it's going to hurt them.
Wow.
And it's going to leave a sign that I was there, because the heel is going to put some type of puncture in the surface. And they're going to remember that I stepped on it.
Okay, I like that. Wow. Okay, I hope our viewers can start thinking like that and maybe put it as a metaphor.
All this. I've said so many people searching for women in heels, and some of my girlfriends came back and they told me that they liked some of the articles and stuff like that. So we just encouraging you. I think you're doing great things, and I think that your vision is grand. And a lot of women need to take hold of it. Yeah, they really need to take hold of it.
Wow, thank you so much. We never expected it to be this big and this powerful. So now we feel like we kind of owe it to everybody else to make it to make it bigger and to keep empowering women in every aspect that we do. So we really appreciate that.
Yeah, it's definitely grand. It's definitely grand, and it's real. That's what I would say. It's real.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Well, thank you again. Is there anything else? I don't know if I haven't asked you about anything else that you're working on. I know you said you have the tour that you are doing. That event that you're doing on the 4th, is that part of the tour as well?
No, the tour won't take place until a few months after the book is released. So
Okay.
We're going on tour right after Father's Day. And hopefully we're getting a lot of dates, but they're just spot dates, but it's not an actual tour. So thanks to Women in Shoes and other, avenues that's given me some exposure, we're starting to get a lot of calls, and maybe if the tour can kick off sooner, we'll see. But as of now, we'll be moving forward in July.
Okay. Oh, well, there's a lot that can happen between now and then.
Yeah, I'm hopeful.
Wow. Well, we wish you much success on the tour, and please keep us updated. We will continue to promote it and share with our readers so that they can follow up and keep up to date with you.
Thank you so much, and God bless you, and God bless Women in Shoes.
Oh, we appreciate that. Thank you so much as well, and thank you for doing the interview with us. If you want to, you can leave your contact information once again for everybody to keep in contact with you.
You can reach me on all of my social media at DeborahSimpkins.com. That's DEB as in boy, ORAH, SIM as in Mary, P as in Paul, K as in King, I, N as in Nancy, S as in Sam.com. Thank you. I know you want to take my part in the limelight. Camera flashing.